Slide into some used luxury cars and they feel tired, creaky, and old. But others still feel like they just rolled out of the showroom. In this video, we're looking at used Lexus and Acura models that hold their quality so well, they still feel almost new in 2025. Quiet cabins, solid materials, smooth engines, and the kind of reliability you actually want when you buy luxury on a budget. Lexus RX 350 from 2013 to 2015 is one of those rare used SUVs that can be 10 years old and still feel surprisingly close to new. And that's exactly why so many people hunt for this generation in 2025. When you sit inside a clean RX, the first thing you notice is how solid everything feels. The doors close with a reassuring thud. The leather still holds its shape, and most buttons and switches work with the same smooth click they had when the car left the showroom. On the road, the naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 and conventional automatic transmission give you a relaxed, effortless kind of power that feels refined rather than stressed. And the suspension tuning is all about comfort. Road noise and wind noise are kept low, so even at highway speeds, the cabin remains calm, which makes long trips feel easy on your body and your mind. Because this RX shares so much with high-volume Toyota platforms, mechanics know it well, and major mechanical problems are relatively rare on well-maintained examples. That combination of quiet ride, quality materials, and proven reliability is what makes a good 2013 to 2015 RX 350 feel like a car you could happily daily for many more years without constantly thinking, this is an old SUV. Acura TL from 2010 to 2014 is one of those used sedans that can still feel surprisingly tight and modern if you find a well-kept example, because it blends Honda's reliability with a sportier, premium character. Under the hood, you'll usually find a smooth V6 engine that loves to rev but doesn't feel strained in everyday driving, combined with either a traditional automatic or a slick manual on some performance-oriented trims. That engine and gearbox combo has a solid track record for durability when owners keep up with fluid changes. On the road, the TL feels more athletic than many luxury sedans. Steering has good weight, the chassis is eager to turn, and the suspension finds a nice balance between comfort and cornering ability. Inside, the design is driver-focused, with a center stack full of physical buttons that may look busy but give you direct control without digging through screens. Seats are supportive and generally hold up well over time, and the overall build quality of the interior means fewer rattles and squeaks as the car ages. For buyers who want a used luxury sedan that still feels engaging, solid, and not far off from newer cars in terms of comfort and performance, the 2010 to 2014 Acura TL is a very strong candidate. Lexus ES 350 from 2013 to 2016 is one of the best examples of a car that ages slowly, because underneath it's based on the ultra-reliable Toyota Camry. But Lexus wrapped it in extra sound insulation, softer seats, and higher-grade materials that still feel great in 2025. When you step into a well-kept ES, the cabin greets you with a quiet, almost cocoon-like atmosphere. The doors seal out a lot of outside noise. The dashboard and center console still look tidy and elegant, and the controls are laid out in a way that feels familiar instead of outdated. The naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 offers smooth, effortless acceleration, never feeling strained in normal driving, and the automatic transmission shifts gently in the background without calling attention to itself. On rough roads, the suspension is tuned to glide rather than crash, which gives you that floating luxury feel you expect from a Lexus, and helps the car feel newer than its age. Most of the wear items, like brakes, tires, and fluids, are straightforward for any decent shop to handle, and the underlying mechanical parts have a strong track record. All of this means that a clean ES 350 can deliver a comfortable, quiet, almost modern experience, even after years of use, making it an excellent choice if you want a used luxury sedan that still feels fresh. Acura TSX from 2010 to 2014 is often described as a sweet spot car. And part of that is because it ages so well. It's essentially a more premium, more refined version of Honda's global midsize platform. And that formula holds up beautifully in 2025. Most TSX models use a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder or V6 engine that's simple and robust, paired with a traditional automatic or manual transmission that enthusiasts love for its feel and reliability. On the road, the TSX drives with a light, precise character. Steering feels connected, body control is good, and the suspension is tuned to be firm enough to feel responsive while still absorbing daily bumps. Inside, the car feels tight and well screwed together, even as the years pass. Materials are a step above a basic Honda, and buttons and knobs tend to keep working properly, instead of peeling or breaking. The cabin layout is intuitive once you get used to it, with clear gauges and a seating position that suits long-distance driving. Because it's not overloaded with complex tech or fragile luxury features, a well-maintained TSX can still feel crisp, solid, and genuinely enjoyable to drive many years after it was built, making it a great used buy for someone who wants something that feels new without paying new car money. Lexus GX 460 from 2014 to 2019 is one of those rare SUVs that feels tough and luxurious at the same time. And that combination is exactly why it can still feel like a new, premium truck, even after years of work and family use. Built on a body-on-frame platform that's closely related to the Land Cruiser Prado, the GX has a solid, almost overbuilt feel to it. When you drive over bad roads or speed bumps, there's very little rattling or flex, just a steady, confident motion. Under the hood, the 4.6-liter V8 is smooth and relaxed, tuned for torque and longevity rather than high-rev drama. And it's paired with a conventional automatic transmission that's designed to handle towing and off-road use. Inside, the materials are classic Lexus: thick leather, quality plastics, and real-feeling trim pieces that don't fall apart easily. Even on older examples, the seats are usually still supportive, the buttons work, and the cabin insulation keeps things impressively quiet at highway speeds. From a mechanic's point of view, the GX 460 benefits from sharing much of its hardware with Toyota's global 4x4 lineup, which means parts and service knowledge are widely available. If you're looking for a used luxury SUV that feels like it was built for another decade of service, a well-maintained 2014 to 2019 GX 460 is hard to beat. Acura RDX from 2013 to 2016 is a compact luxury SUV that has aged extremely well, which is why it's become a favorite recommendation for people who want something that still feels new, but don't want German car repair bills. This generation moved to a smooth, naturally aspirated V6 paired with a conventional automatic transmission, and that setup has proven to be both strong and predictable in real-world use. When you drive an RDX, the engine feels responsive but relaxed, and the transmission shifts cleanly without the hesitation or odd behavior some modern gearboxes show. On the road, the RDX rides comfortably over rough pavement, while still feeling controlled and confident in corners, and the steering is light but precise enough for daily driving. Inside, the cabin doesn't scream for attention, but it feels solid and mature, with quality materials, supportive seats, and a layout that's easy to understand even if you're not a tech lover. Road and wind noise are well managed, helping the SUV feel more expensive than many of its rivals as it ages. For used buyers who want a luxurious, reliable daily driver that doesn't feel old or dated, a clean 2013 to 2016 RDX still delivers a very modern experience. Lexus IS 350 from 2011 is a great example of a compact luxury sedan that can still feel surprisingly fresh today, especially if you find one that's been cared for properly. Slide into the driver's seat of a clean IS 350, and the first thing that hits you is how tight everything feels. The doors close with a solid thunk. The steering wheel still has a nice weight to it, and the buttons and switches on the dash usually work with that smooth, precise click Lexus is known for. Under the hood sits a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 that sounds and feels refined, with enough power to make any on-ramp or overtake feel effortless, but without the lag or weird behavior of small turbo engines. On the road, the IS 350 strikes a nice balance between sporty and comfortable. The suspension keeps the car flat in corners and gives you confidence, yet it's still compliant enough that daily commutes and long trips don't beat you up. Road and wind noise are well controlled, so even though the car is more than a decade old, highway cruising still feels smooth and calm. Inside, the materials hold up well over time. Leather seats often still look good with basic care, and the simple, driver-focused cockpit doesn't feel as dated as some luxury interiors from the same era. Because it's built on proven Lexus, Toyota mechanicals, mechanics generally see these cars as dependable as long as regular maintenance has been done. For someone shopping used who wants a sporty, premium sedan that still feels solid, responsive, and more new than its age suggests, a well-kept 2011 Lexus YS 350 is a very satisfying choice. Acura MDX from 2014 to 2016 is a 3-row SUV that can still feel remarkably fresh when you find a good example, because it was designed from the start as a comfortable, secure family hauler with a premium edge. Power comes from a proven V6 engine paired with an automatic transmission, delivering smooth, confident acceleration for highway merging, mountain roads, or fully loaded road trips. On the road, the MDX feels stable and controlled, with suspension tuning that soaks up imperfections while keeping the body well managed, even with passengers in all 3 rows. Inside, the cabin layout is thoughtful. Front seats are comfortable for long drives. The second row offers good space, and the third row is usable for kids or shorter adults when needed. Materials and build quality are a step up from mainstream family SUVs. Lexus LS 460 from 2010 to 2012 is a great example of how a flagship luxury sedan can age gracefully when it's engineered properly, because even more than a decade later, a good one still feels incredibly refined. This is the car Lexus built to compete with the S-Class and 7 Series, and that shows in the way it drives. The naturally aspirated V8 is almost silent at low speeds. The 8-speed automatic shifts are silky, and the suspension is tuned to smooth out almost everything the road throws at it. When you close the door, you get that sealed, bank vault feeling. Outside noise drops away, and you're left with a calm, quiet cabin.